Hey everybody, welcome to AfterQuest on Rumble. I see we got like 12 people watching now. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and exploding dice to tell a good story. Psych! Not exploding because we're in 5th edition. I just defaulted to
We can
open
explode
legend.
things, though.
I don't know.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
D20 hates me.
We are using digital dice.
With enough effort, everything can explode.
I like that. Which hopefully right now, House 𝙈𝙗𝙗, House of Chat, House Horsey is exploding. We've got 12 people in the house right now. So anyone watching live is a part of the noble House of Chat, affectionately called House Horsey. So thank you all for being here. And let's see, are there any big announcements? We have a special guest coming in studio with us at the end of the month. We'll be doing a special movie night where we watch Over the Garden Wall for Halloween. And we'll have some cool chats. And I don't know, definitely some Bomb Squad recordings. So, of course, it is Adam from the Interplanar Crossroads. Jump over on YouTube. I think he's on Rumble as well. interplanarcrossroads.com. Check him out as we are doing our theme collaboration with him as well. Tomorrow night, we'll be doing a Forest Forge on Rumble as we are now officially moving our live streaming over to Rumble. Of course, all videos will be uploaded after streaming to YouTube as well. So, but if you want to be there live, join us here. And I don't think there's anything else. Thank you all. Jacob.
Oh, it's my turn.
Tag your...
Oh.
Oh, always. Let me know how sound is.
Chat, remind me before the end of the session to make the players roll to see who's doing a recap, because I'm not doing it every time.
I thought we rejected recap this
We
time.
did.
Yeah, we
we were
did.
like, if you know, you know. That's the recap.
So
House
last
𝙈𝙗𝙗
time they
is
did
everything.
something, go watch it.
Nice.
No, for the new people, you know, because we're on Rumble and there's some new faces, I'm sure of it, right, guys? Say hi. We we caught an Auroch. That's it. That's all we did.
All right.
Big cow.
That's
No,
big
we
big
said
musky
angry
cow,
one.
if I
no.
remember.
There were some wonderful songs that were sung. Well, at least one. That was fun.
Almost all of us had fun.
Almost.
I mean,
I know.
characters-wise,
yes.
players-wise, I'm sure they all had a great time. So I guess without further ado, we'll come to where we're actually at the estates of House 𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. The rune, not yet branded Auroch, is being kept in one of the courtyards. Right, Lucius?
Mm-hmm. He has
And-
it set up there so that grandfather can see
Yep.
the
Yes.
rock.
So, what? I'm sure you guys didn't rune brand right when you got back, right? You had to celebrate. What did you guys do after returning from capturing the Auroch?
Lucius doesn't do much. I mean, he's going to follow the Auroch back to the house, but if there's any fanfare, that would be for my nephew. Number one. There.
How come I don't get to call you uncle? I can do fanfare, yes.
You were quite good at it, brother.
Oh, well, thank you. But you actually want something now.
I'm not requesting it. I'm just saying you usually do your thing.
I thought we did it as we came. Did you see Bethany? I saw her. She was, sorry, Mo, I saw her. She was watching.
Oh, great.
More often than you know, I'm sure.
Well, that's why Drew and I always make sure we're putting on a good show.
That is why. Yes. No other reason at all.
Bringing the... Oh, go ahead.
Moore's just kind of starting to sober up and see what her options are at this point.
Yeah.
All bruised up. Yeah. Nice.
How long is it till the ball?
I have it... It's like 14 days. 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
Yeah, you guys got
Longer
time.
than I thought. Okay.
There's going to be a little lapse of time when we get to
Yeah,
that point.
I'm assuming Moore is not necessarily wanting to follow us back. To,
The
or are you
house?
going to follow us?
It depends how much fun it looks like you're going to have. If you're going to go back to the house and you're going to brood and stare at your cow, then probably not. If you're going to, like, drink and party and celebrate the fact that you did something cool, then sure.
What if it's both?
Like, you're going to do some of column A and he's going to do some of column B.
I mean, I don't know that we can stop him from doing column B all the time, but perhaps...
Make me an offer, Cass.
We can put on a party.
Oh, I'm quite sure of
Just
it.
a short one.
Okay.
Here now! House Kisari's putting on a party!
You can promise me that I won't get completely sober between now and then. I'll stick around.
Oh, yes, of course. That's easy enough. Bring the Lady Morgana a drink, please.
Of course, sir.
We'll start on the road. And perhaps Grandfather will come out to see. Perhaps we can get something set up. You haven't in the courtyard, yes? We could perhaps have something comfortable for him. Be welcome.
I figure he can't leave his room, but at least he can see from the balcony.
Very good. Open the windows. Maybe we'll go up and say hello.
Yes, that would be.
It would be quite amazing if you could be the one who presents it to Grandfather.
Yes, yeah.
Especially bring up how you used the breastplate in the fight and came out unscathed.
I'll leave the embellishments up to you two.
Very well.
All right.
You certainly used that breastplate.
You'd never know.
That's why the stories are here, are they not?
That's why the what?
Don't worry. We'll take care of it. The stories, Lucius.
Oh, yes.
In the end, that's what everyone remembers, and not much else. Party time?
So we arrive back at the House Kisari's estate, and we are going to set up a party inside the courtyard.
Woohoo!
House party.
The Auroch's gonna be so mad. What is all this?
That's exactly the calming atmosphere you need to tame a wild animal.
Let's party around him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, but I'm thinking this may be an opportunity to start spreading the word. And do we send some invites to let others know? I'd be curious what the other houses are picking up.
Oh, I quite imagine that House Navarre would be quite displeased if we did not invite them. So I would think we would have to invite them and probably any other house that we can think of where we have at least wanting a bonds. If you know what I mean.
Yes. Oh, certainly. Perhaps it's not... I think we should find out what House Galadriel is up to.
Oh yes, and I believe that would be quite a wonderful arrangement if we could get them to come to us, be on our home advantage, and we do have a little bit more of a way to keep an eye on them.
Yes. No, I like that a lot. Let's spread the word then. We'll pull a servant aside and tell them to spread the word to General House. We're going to have an open house in the courtyard for a certain time. Food and drink.
Do you want me to hire a barker, sir?
Yes, please.
What do you want that barker to say?
Come one, come all to House Kisari. We have a great prize, brought home by our Lord Lucius III. It is for the games, and we want all to see. We want all to see what will crush them. Is that too strong?
Might be.
What we bring to the games.
I think no matter what, we will have a little bit of bravado in what we do, but I think a little bit of embellishment is not a bad idea.
How about what they'll never forget the smell of?
While that is accurate,
It's not exactly
Ah!
pleasant.
come see the beast, who, the smell of victory, it pours off of it. Yes, you will never forget the smell. I like it. Let's make it a thing.
Absolutely. He bows respectfully.
Good.
I mean, to be fair, Gwen's not coming and Bethany will be there whether or not you invite her.
No, yes, you're right, but it's about making the point before they can arrive.
Fair,
Perception is half the game, at least.
It's more like 2/3 from what I know.
Probably right.
Then we should invite House Shivali.
Well, of course.
And try to figure out what they were doing.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't think it matters if you invite them or not. They will be there.
It does seem that way.
As a horseshoe is thrown and rung up on the cage of the Auroch.
Love you, House Chevalier.
Switch to the scene where just us.
So you guys are at home, and the party. Now, do you have a plan for the date of the party, or is it happening today? Like, is it going to be tomorrow?
I think today.
Okay.
Are
For
we?
more
We're
sake,
like
I
just
asked it be today.
yes. Because we pulled
I
in
can stay
the
drunk for
dock
2 weeks.
midday,
Yeah.
so a nice evening party. Yeah, we can pull it
I
together.
just want to make sure.
Yes. No, let's do it.
The rumors spread along all of Waterdeep. And shortly there are responses and inquiries that come flooding in, and I'm sure they're answered most respectfully. And you guys, what does it look like as you prepare for this little shingding that's impromptu in the
We'll
courtyard?
put a shirt on.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you, Mor. You could change it maybe later on, but let's start out classy and we'll
rather
go from
rather
there.
than like the dressed down like pugilist
Yeah,
look. Well,
covered in blood.
you know.
One of House 𝙏𝙗𝙗𝐵𝐺𝐸's medical personnel will come up and start like cleaning you up if you would allow it. They would offer.
He did clean the Auroch. It should be fine.
I did it somewhat begrudgingly, somewhat indifferently, not terribly cooperatively. Yes.
Cass is going to lean over to him and be like, I've got to ask him later who was more difficult, the Auroch or Morgana.
Lucius is gonna pull that servant aside and say, "Make sure she has water, please, and some food."
Yeah. Is this where we hide the water in the room?
Watered down rum.
Yes.
Yeah,
She won't even
actually.
notice after a few drinks.
Okay. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cass and Drew will start setting up food, making sure there's a banquet set up out there. Well, it's more like
Yeah, I think.
appetizers, tapas, or something like that.
Yeah, and if we could try to get also positions that we can have of being able to spy on people, whether it be for concealed means or like good vantage positions and other things like that.
Nice.
So we can kind of get a general idea of the crowds. Oh, and also maybe we should have higher rated houses to be invited inside.
Yes, that would be good.
Like House Navarre would be quite disappointed if we treated them just like any other house.
Yes, no, you're right. We'll need a herald at the door for everyone entering of worth. We will need lots of drinks. Let's have at least one band playing.
I'm sure you know quite a few.
And perhaps, not only for Morgana's pleasure, but we'll have maybe some ring fight bets a little later on. Just something basic.
Oh,
But
yes.
make a space for that. A little preamble to the games.
I'm sure that there will be a few people who would love to let out their frustrations in ways.
And a little coin.
Oh, yes.
Not necessarily to make the coin, but I think they get more talkative if they're distracted.
Well, I imagine that the coin, the drink, and the fighting will bring out something. Whether it be in vague insults or death threats, I think it'll be quite pleasant.
Pace us, pace yourself. I will try to do the same.
Speaking of which, we should find out what beasts these other houses have
Yes.
and where they're keeping them.
I wonder if, what's his name, Lord something or other, who Jake just sent me the artwork earlier. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, hold on.
I wonder if we'll get him to come. Master of the Games.
Lord Calvian Veradin.
Calvian, yes.
I would think you'd be quite busy setting for the ball.
Perhaps. Well, I'll make sure one of our runners runs by at least the game area.
Perhaps we can invite him into the house. Maybe that'll be a little bit more incentive to come in.
Yes, I love that. A formal invitation. Let's send that to House Navarre, to Lord Calvian, And House Galadrius, I think, as well.
It would be quite the scandal.
Yes. Anyone else you would like, Lucius?
I don't think so.
All right. Are you ready?
No.
Perfect.
I'd love to speak to grandfather first.
Yes.
Oh.
You take that time. We'll take care of the rest.
So you're heading up there now?
I think so.
Awesome.
Pretty close to when, right as we get back. I figure we're talking as we're heading back.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll head up straight to his father's room.
Yes.
And we can kind of fade in with, maybe we should just pay a few crowds to come in as well. Boost up reputation?
Sure, I love that idea. Yes. They'll love to see Morgana as well.
Oh, yes.
You go into your father's room where he is bed, and he looks a bit sickly, looks tired. But you walk in and you see him spot you. Oh.
A bow. Lord 𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗.
Lucius, you are going to have to lighten up a little bit.
You know what's on my shoulders.
Pauldrons.
Yes.
Epaulets. What?
We've brought something. Do you feel well enough to come to the balcony?
I already heard the rumors. You're gonna have a party.
Yes.
And I smell the beast.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Let me bring you over.
Please do.
So he'll come over and try to have him wrap his arm around him.
Yeah.
And lead him over to the balcony to look down.
That's a big one.
Yes. His name's Tetsu.
Tetsu. He kind of like looks off towards the stars. Tetsu.
Means strength.
Strength.
We will show.
Yes, we will. So you've invited everybody to the party.
Yes. Well, Cass and Isidru are taking care of all that.
They'll get it done.
Do you still have grandfather's brand?
No, yeah. Are you doing it at the party tonight?
I would love to.
You're going to brand the Auroch at the party. So there is a little wild left in you. Good.
Yes. I want his presence to really make an impression.
Wonderful. I'll have that brought to you right away.
Thank you. I'll bring you back to your bed.
No. Bring the bed to the window. To the balcony.
He'll look over at a servant to help with that.
Yeah, they're already scrambling.
Okay.
Yep.
If you can, grandfather. Or father, sorry. Everybody calls you grandfather.
Yes.
I'm
at that age now.
If you can find a moment to speak with Isidru.
Isidru. Why?
It would mean a lot to him.
What would it mean to you?
It would mean a lot to me. He is growing up to be a great young man. And he's seeking approval.
Is that why I have to repair holes in my library walls?
We all have times where we get rowdy, I guess. But yeah,
You need to lighten up.
we'll see. Maybe someday.
Before the party, send Isidru to me.
Yes. I think he'll bow to head out.
Hey,
Yes, he stops him. Yes,
did you wear your breastplate?
I did. Yes, it came in use. I wish you could see it, but definitely took a horn to the breastplate.
Wonderful. Yes. It won't be the last thing that breastplate sees.
Thank you.
Come closer.
Lean down.
He reaches out and he touches your shoulder. You can do this.
He can't even say anything. And he'll nod before it gets too emotional and head out.
Goodbye, Lucius.
So cut out to the courtyard
Mhm.
where the Auroch is.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgana's out there with something, and she's like, well, all this for you. Look at that. They're throwing a party for you, or rather, you're here for the party. I guess you've got a lot to learn about expectations, but, well, I guess you and me are gonna have to make the best of this, aren't we? She's literally having a conversation with him.
He snorts loudly. And I love, like, as the camera backs away from Lucius the third, walking away from Lucius the second. I have that right?
Yeah.
And the camera, like, you see Mor in the back, like, having this conversation with Auroch. I love that. Like,
She probably, like,
yes.
pours out a little bit if he wants to, like, try to drink some.
I just love that imagery of, like,
One servant's like, never
yep,
mind.
yep. They just.
He'll be fine. He's a big boy.
She'll be like, what you really have to watch out for is when they try to make you pretty. Now that's going to be fun.
He cocks his head a little bit, just a little bit, as if he understands what you're saying. Are we going to the scene where the party starts, or does Lucius the Third have something over there
I think
cooking?
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, 𝐼𝙪𙙙 could always visit grandfather.
I think he wouldn't know unless Lucius approached him.
Yeah. And Lucius is waiting for the party.
Oh,
Right?
Before the party.
I thought you said before. Oh, you said before.
for the
Oh,
party.
I thought you said during the party.
He's a little wheezy.
Okay.
He's getting very weak. I rolled
Um,
some fortitude checks. They're not doing so well.
Oh.
no.
Nice.
Okay, so then Lucius would definitely go find 𝐼𝙪𙙙. 𝐼𝙪𙙙?
Oh, Uncle Lucius.
Okay. You don't need to call me uncle.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
I think now would be a good time to talk to grandfather.
Now?
I think so, before everything gets crazy with festivities and such.
I was getting busy for the party. I haven't even been able to speak to the men about what you said. I don't know. What did I say?
Does he remember anything from his father's sailing that would apply?
Sure.
Do I need to roll for it? Do we want
You
rolls?
could roll. We are playing a TTRPG.
Make a history.
History, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is clear as you watch Lucius III struggle with recalling one of the sailing lessons or a sailing story. Is there maybe make up one?
Yeah.
Something
Caspian's here if you need him, just say.
I think he would look at Kaz like, do you remember anything he said? Because you guys talked more.
You know, he did tell me this wonderful story, and I think it applies to 𝐼𝙪𙙙 very nicely about there was a princess. Well, there was a beautiful lady, and there was a young sailorman, poor, and they were in love, and there was this horrid prince that also wanted the girl, and so the girl's father said there was a competition who could tie the most knots into this rope. Whoever tied the most knots in the set amount of time would win. and I'm doing this total injustice, but you can elaborate later. The prince is tying as fast as he can, knot after knot after knot, and meanwhile the young Salaman is just sitting there, loop, 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 loop. And the girl is so nervous she doesn't know. She's starting to cry as it looks like this horde prince is going to win. And just as the sand timer is about to run out, the Salaman pulls one end of the rope through it, pulling it, and making all of these knots, lining them up perfectly, doing way more than the prince could have ever done because of his sailor knowledge on knots. Grandfather tried to teach me. I was never very good at it. But something about hard work and a vision of a greater plan. The Salaman knew from the beginning what he needed to do to win, and he just had to put in the time. And that reminds me of you, Stu. I don't know how that helps, but I think you would like that.
I don't know what to say. It's a wonderful story. I don't really see how it applies to me.
Putting in a larger, grander plan, putting things together, moving the pieces around, hard work.
I've always associated that with Lucius.
Well,
I have
you
nothing
are
without
related.
you guys.
I see. Okay. I'm sure I'll get it all together by the time I get there.
I just love that story.
It was a very wonderful story, brother.
I don't know if there's anything else that can help. Just be yourself. Don't be too scared either.
Bring some more of the rum too. That always helps.
Very well. I will do so, and I will be back soon for the final preparations, of course.
Sounds good. Have fun.
Very well. I'll do my best. So, 𝐼𝙪 is going to grab some rum and grab some rope and head to grandfather's.
You're greeted by the servants at the door.
Okay. I was told I was supposed to come and speak to grandfather.
From the other room. Is it you?
That's me. I should be going.
They bow out of your way.
All right, he goes on in. Grandfather, I was told you wished to speak with me.
Yes. Yes.
He's gonna get closer, but probably be a little bit more standoffish.
Is that rope in your hand?
Yes. I was thinking of a story that was passed down, and I was thinking that it might have belonged to you. So you know a lot about knots and how intricate things are when it comes to getting everything set together. Even when he starts tying the knots, kind of like what the sailor did. And how things are supposed to be. You keep going and you keep going, and if the plan is interrupted anywhere along the way, it could all come together. But as soon as it's done, and he like pulls it through, and it's like, that is when nothing can stand in our way. And I was thinking that story about the sailor and the prince, and I actually started to wonder if that was either you or great-grandfather. But regardless, I think the lesson was quite well learned. Even with haste and skill and progress, there is a certain love and also efficiency and planning for the long game. And I think that is something that you've taught us quite well, whether it comes from our family or if it comes to the mercenaries. No one's very quick and to get themselves into trouble, but thinking well ahead, well knowledged, and just an overall preparedness for the future. And I see that in Uncle Lucius, and I know that's from you. And I know I haven't really personified that, he starts untying it. And he starts tying it like the prince does. And I feel like I'm the prince in this scenario. Maybe something I'm just not supposed to be, but I'm challenging the sailor nonetheless. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
He puts his hand up. Is it true? You talk a lot.
Oh, sorry, grandfather. I get a little nervous.
Yes. There are many ropes on a ship. Different sizes. Different makes, types. But they all have a purpose. And you are part of this house, 𝐼𝐶. And you have a purpose.
What is my purpose?
You know.
I guess I've heard it so much, I just don't think about it anymore. And think about things that I just hear once or twice. You believe that in me? You believe that I'm to take up the role in the family and to continue on a line that barely belongs to me?
You're an important rope on this ship. So yes.
Thank you, grandfather. Would it be too bad to hug you?
He pauses for a second. After a little rum, let's hug.
Wonderful. He would start pouring some out.
Yeah.
Pouring like double the amount for grandfather than for him.
Yeah. And so he does a shot with you, and he offers you a like awkward side hug because he's in a bed, so it's like, you know, he's like, but it is propped up and stuff.
Yeah. Drew's gonna embrace him a little bit more than he probably should, but he's like, I'm sorry about that. We'll make sure that you'll have quite the view from the balcony tonight.
Yeah. As you go to pull away, he does like tug your arm just a little bit. Do not let Lucius die. Watch his back.
Yes, grandfather, I understand.
Even tonight.
There are many enemies we have, and a lot of them are veiled under compassion and friendship. But I've learned that words are half meaningless.
His hand moves up from your shoulder to like your neck almost, and he kind of like a tough squeeze. That's exactly the role you need to play. The wisdom of who is a threat and not.
Drew's just thinking, it's like, because it definitely conflicts with his nature of wanting peace. And I was like, I understand. Even if we are to befriend or to wage war, we really do need to know who we're talking to, and not to offer peace or war to the wrong people. And if that is what is expected of me, it shall be done, grandfather. I will learn, and I will make sure that your wish is carried out.
Lucius will need somebody, counsel, to be the voice of our hunters. He like stumbles on hunters, the mercenaries.
You believe that to be me? First, I was going into this thinking that maybe it would just be a small part, but I feel like the role that you want of me is quite larger than I expected. I almost feel like half of our family's riding on this.
Lucius the Third is trust you.
And I trust him with everything.
Good. Go party.
Yes, grandfather. And do let me know if you need more rum delivered to you.
Fresh pipe.
I'll see to it.
Thank you.
All right, he will do like a grand bow and start leaving the room.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
Thank
good.
you guys.
I love it. Thank you for visiting grandfather.
I had to do the twist on the story.
No,
that was-
dude, I
that
didn't
was-
know what you were gonna do with it.
That was so
Just threw
good.
it out there.
That was so good. So, but now you guys are many ropes on the ship together of life. All right. So, is there anything else before?
Making sure that pint is delivered to grandfather. He deserves it.
Awesome. All right.
No, I don't know if you want anything because we definitely just want things set up just right.
Yeah, and Lucius would want to get the brand, at least. Where is that? I don't even know.
It'll be brought to you. It's
Okay.
locked up in the armory.
And you
Okay,
want to
okay.
do that as a big display during the party.
I think so.
Caspian does too. Dan
mean,
was just making.
Father definitely likes this. He gets to see it now. Like, this is exciting.
Oh yeah, and the lightning during the night, it's gonna be great.
In the courtyard.
So yeah,
So
I guess
the,
it's
the
up to
party's
you.
beginning.
Okay.
That's the music.
Of course,
Mood
of course.
change.
Cue the music.
Scene change.
We are in the courtyard. It is beautifully set up. You have plenty of people
Show
who
another picture of it.
can. But that one's not set up. That's when it's plain.
Okay,
But you can. I mean, you can show it anyway because it is cool.
It's cool.
So we are in the courtyard. Grandfather, it's like you see the shadowy figure of him with the light behind him, like the candelabra is glowing, and you obviously know he's watching. A couple servants are there checking on him, and of course, I mean, there is people. I mean, it's a party. Who doesn't show up to parties? There's a couple of houses. I could throw out some names. They're not really gonna matter, but I'll throw out some names.
Just redshirt them right away.
Dead. No, I'm just kidding. House Mantha, with their crest of a pair of silver gauntlets on a field of blue. They're there. One of their mottos is strength and honor. House Tarm, there's a white tower on a field of black. And they motto is steadfast, unyielding. They often contribute to the city's defenses. And House Mirclos, a silver dragon on a field of green. Wisdom and courage is something they often like to say. They pursue scholarly things and arcane knowledges. But with all of that said, those were the first few. Of course, Bethany, fashionably late. Bethany or Beth? Shoot, Bethany, right? Yeah. Whatever. Bethany.
I mean, the
House
Herald would
Navarre.
say Bethany,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Yes, Lady Beth.
Would show up fashionably late. And there are some representatives of House Galadress that also have arrived. And it is a wonderful night. There are drinks and food being passed around, the Aurochs being studied. What are you guys doing?
Caspian's meeting every person as they're announced. Every person, but making special attention to the important nobles and letting those who have the invite to come into the house when they're ready. We'll have a separate spread for them there. And they'll be able to watch from the balcony there, the lower first floor balcony. I'm imagining there's like stairs into the main room. So he's just greeting everybody, making sure everyone has drinks and food. Just being, hopefully, the bright light while Isidru takes care of the shadows.
Oh yeah. So Isidru is definitely getting to all the different vantage points, scouting out everything. Whenever he's going in between them, he's really trying to act all nonchalant-like, just like his brother would do. Meeting people, being seen, but then disappearing after a few minutes and getting to another position to get a better vantage point.
I figured.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
All right.
Can I in any way with my wheeling and dealing give an advantage or something like that?
No.
All right.
We're going to have a little meeting between you and Bethany of
Oh,
House
excellent.
Navarre.
Sorry, I'm having
I'll
a
need an
little bit
age
of
range.
issue.
older than me.
Yeah.
Oh, and,
So that nice.
and just to double check, is it investigation or insight?
Are you reading the people, or are you trying to watch for like vantage points or situations where there's weak points in the defenses of like the building itself?
Are you gathering information,
Or
or
both.
are you gathering like intent?
Yeah, thank you.
I think especially after his conversation with grandfather, he's going to focus more on the intent. Because people can have all the ability they want, but if the intent isn't there, it's probably not going to be fruitful.
So you want to give me insight?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm fine with it.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull up.
All right,
All right.
cool.
All right, cool.
It's a roll. We'll get back to that.
Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
I'm too sleazy.
Of course, walking in the room and being announced is House Chevelle. Did I say that right?
Shivali?
Chevali. House Horsey.
The herald
Lord Rex and Lord Tallahay walk in their shiny outfits. And
Are you doing a super chat? Because I don't know what they're called on Rumble, actually, but Mustache
I was
just gave us
getting
that.
there.
Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
no,
Carry
you're
on.
good.
I was just...
It's
I know, the
Mustache,
waiting for it is
love
unbearable.
you. I love you.
Dan, it's a cutscene.
It's a cutscene, sorry. Don't press Y to skip.
I was getting to that.
I'm sorry.
But you hear in the distance as you see how from House Horsey, the great Lord JP, with his grandiose mustache, tear off down the cobblestone streets of Waterdeep with the horse whinnying as he takes off and creating quite the show and clatter.
That's beautiful.
And the two other who are there present at the party, they smirk as they hand out little tiny chocolate horseshoes.
Is his name Lord J.P. Riker?
Yes. Lord JP Riker.
Oh, love you, JP.
Did
Inside
Lord
jokes.
JP just come through with their beast? Or was I mistaken?
Do you think he was riding it?
I think it might have been. I think he was trying to show us up.
Maybe Lord J.V. Riker is their beast.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
that's funny.
It was quite majestic.
I have to agree.
Even the horse.
The mustache is waving as this beautiful Galleon's beast of a draft horse just.
These are going to be good games, I think, Drew.
Oh, yes. I'm quite looking forward to it. I was a little anxious, but I'm now quite excited.
Yes. It'd be no fun if no one else was getting something as majestic as our Auroch, but...
Oh, yes.
You may have a challenger after all. Thank you so much for being here, chat and viewers. You guys rock.
Thank you.
Thank you for representing a house inside these games. But after all of that energy and excitement calms down a little bit, the whole mood of the room changes a little bit as Bethany from House Navarre walks in.
I think Lucius would be first to greet, actually.
Go ahead. Caspian will be surprised. He'll be starting to
I
head
think he
there.
would.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, Caspian's heading over
She
there.
was
and-
she was heading right to Caspian. but-
Yeah, and I think Lucius is gonna quickly just walk right by. Very.
Well, this is the first that you got intercepted.
Hi.
I mean, you got intercepted against.
Indeed. I'm all right with it now.
I can't wait
No, I'm
whatever this voice
I'm
is going to
struggling
be.
with this voice right now. I got. Excuse me, chat. Sorry.
Lady Bethany, we are honored to have your presence here tonight.
Honored.
Honored. Mm-hmm.
Borderline forced.
We
Your
are glad
barkers have
you are
been
here.
calling. Excuse me, sorry. Your barkers have been loudly calling all through the streets. And you dare enter our lands? But lucky enough you had an escort, I hear.
Yes.
Escort. Where is she?
Do I know where she is?
Oh, she's very visible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's been walking around, clocking everyone who comes in, and making sure. Well, maybe not making sure, but making no effort to not be clocked herself. So she's very much paying attention to like, okay, that person's here, sup. That person's here, sup. Like, that's basically her vibe.
Mm.
But she's paying close attention to who is showing up.
Okay.
So Lucius would glance her way.
Where's your father?
He is up in his room. He's watching.
Oh. She would like respectfully bow to your father.
Mm-hmm.
No, she had shown you zero respect.
May I get you a drink?
Absolutely. Only your finest wine.
He will look over to the closest servant to grab it. Take it personally from them to hand to her.
Thank you.
We are glad you are here.
Well, I would like to understand why you thought it was okay to go on our land and hunt an Auroch. Where is this beast, anyway?
He's gonna look to the sign. It's like right in the middle, right?
Oh yeah, no. She's
Um.
would like a personal invitation to go see your beast.
Oh, okay. So he'll hold out his hand and lead her over.
She doesn't take your hand, but she will walk beside you.
So he'll put his arms behind his back and walk with her. This is Tetsu.
What a silly name. Who named it?
I did.
It reeks.
Means that he's strong.
Yes. You like taking our strong ones, don't you?
I hardly think you'd want an Auroch.
Maybe I wasn't referring to the Auroch.
Well, enjoy the festivities. There will be something later.
Are
Your
you threatening
presence
me?
would be greatly appreciated.
I see. I'll make that decision later.
Very well.
May I go visit your father?
Yes.
But first, your nephew.
Which one?
The one that makes me smile and queasy
Cass.
at the same time.
Yes, my lord.
You are requested.
Ah, Cass.
Lady Bethany.
As always.
On time as usual.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're here. Have you come to take in the smell of victory?
She pulls out a little like oil bottle and dabs under her lip. Yes.
Excellent. I'm so glad you're here. I have to thank you, of course, and we will be sending a formal thanks to House Navarre for allowing Morgana to escort us onto the land in what turned out to be quite a wonderful journey. It was simply a pleasure to be there, and we couldn't have done
allowing Morgana.
Yes, of course. I mean, I wouldn't imagine she'd do anything without the blessing of House Navarre, and all the things she does brings glory to the house, so naturally, I wouldn't think that she would be disobeying anyone.
You're so good with your words.
Oh. I'm good with many things, whatever you need.
Oh. Interesting.
As are you. Now, I heard you would like to go in. I know that Lucius brought you a fine wine. We do have some other special treats inside, and I'm sure you will want to speak with Grandfather when you have the chance.
Oh, absolutely. I was speaking with Grandfather.
Excellent. I'm sure he will be delighted to see you.
As
Perhaps-
delighted as you are.
That is difficult. You know, Beth. I can't stop but be delighted when you're here.
Bethany.
Yes. Isn't that what I said? I thought that's what I said. Well, for what it's worth, you can call me Cass.
And what are you wearing tonight?
Something Isidru picked up. One of the men on one of their latest trips.
Is it true? Yes.
Hmm.
I'm surprised he's still allowed here.
Oh, he's quite useful.
Interesting. Well, I'll be off. I have to go visit that person over there.
Oh, come, let me introduce you. Yes, follow me. He will kind of take her arm, not really giving her an option.
Okay. And Lord Tobias Thornfield.
Lady Bethany, I'd like to introduce Lord Tobias Bullfield.
Yes. We've met. Now off with you.
I'll be around.
Yes, I will find you if I need you.
We will be doing a little dancing, just, something before the ball, so I hope to see you out there.
I would love to mop the floor with you. Also, let me lead.
Oh, challenge accepted. I'll do my best to keep up.
She doesn't actually laugh. That's Jacob laughing. I just want to be clear that she didn't laugh.
She didn't
That's
laugh.
me enjoying this.
Cass laughs. I'll do my best to keep up.
She
baby.
does bow respectfully to you.
He does a very perfect bow.
Yes. Nothing else from anybody else? Just enjoying the party?
Mor will be very much like, if Bethany glances over in her direction at any point, Mor will definitely be like, making eye contact of, yeah, I totally know you're there.
She definitely throwing daggers at you, though. Every time you make eyes, it's just like, you little.
And Morgana's vibe is very much like, it's so nice to see you here. Isn't this great?
Which is funny, because if I understand this correctly, you didn't do that for House Navarre much, right? Like, you
Show up
didn't
to
attend a lot of
parties.
these kind of parties for House Navarre.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's very specifically like the enjoying the irony of the situation. And if some point Bethany wanders over like close enough or they intersect, she will go say hello, but she's not going to seek that moment out.
Yeah, Bethany's not seeking this moment out either. She just wants to stare daggers at you to understand if the rumors are true from what she's hearing from her sister and people. Who are those people?
I think Drew will get with Lucius the Third real quick.
Yeah.
Did she say that she was going to be visiting grandfather? Should we be warning him?
I guess so. Yes. I mean, he probably assumes she's going to come up.
Oh, okay. Very well. If you need me, you know where not to find me.
Like that.
The band's name is Howling Vibration.
Nice.
All right.
I love it.
So you guys are gonna go warn grandfather?
I think
Do you want to escort Lady Bethany up to grandfather?
I don't think she needs an escort, nor does she need my presence.
In parties, need is never the question. It's more of a want, desire.
Well, it's going to be time for the presentation soon anyways, so
Very
maybe
well.
she'll have a great view.
Very well. I'll make sure she's looking down.
Whenever you're ready to escort, or whatever it is we're doing.
We'll just let her go up.
Okay.
Servant will escort.
Closer to the time of the rune branding.
Mhm. Yeah, we would want to time it perfectly.
Is there any... Go ahead.
Before she does actually like leave the circle to go wander up, because that will be about the amount of time that Mor feels is appropriate for her to stew. Mor will go over and say hello right about then. Just walk up with a drink, just kind of wherever she is, just either kind of like in beside her, not really in that like conversational front, but just kind of like the we're together posture when you kind of like
So they're
slide in
standing
next
side
to
by
someone.
side, but
Yeah.
making comments at each other, kind of
but
thing.
kinda like, and Mor's kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, leaning over, friendly.
She's not. She's about
she'll
as
be
stiff
like-
as a board.
She'll be like, "Good evening, sister. It's so nice to see you. It's been a while."
Yes, it has. You're off gallivanting again?
Oh, hardly. I was gallivanting.
Oh.
Now I'm just drinking.
Yes, I smell it. Drinking the finest, I'm sure.
Tonight, as it happens, I believe so. What about you? Are you enjoying yourself? Getting out of the house
She
as you
has-
so rarely do.
The glass, and she swirls a little bit. Well, I just had to see if these rumors were true.
What rumors? I see nothing here but facts and obvious stories.
You should come home.
And what sort of rumors would make me do that?
She does this, like, slightly evil chuckle.
Surely can't mean Gwen misses me.
Yes, of course she does.
Compelling argument, Beth.
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here more to order you to come home.
Oh, see, now that does sound familiar.
Yes.
All right. And what's the direct order from her lady?
Jake can't take it.
Nope. I lost
love
it.
you.
That you leave these buffoons alone and come home. An Auroch, really?
I think it smells wonderful.
You would. How many nights have you slept with the pigs?
This month or in general?
Oh, gosh. You're not gonna come home, are you?
I wasn't planning on it. Not tonight.
Do you have any respect for who you are? Or for the house that you were brought up in? At this point, she's turned and faced you.
You know, I ask myself that a lot. And usually what I come up with is that I need another drink.
I guess that is something we both need as she drinks the less of her wine.
But seriously, we've been through this over and over and over. What do you possibly even want me there for?
Good point. She walks off.
And that's why I don't go home.
She starts heading towards the stairs. Composes herself a little bit, grabs another drink from a servant, downs it, grabs another drink from the servant.
It seems to run in the family.
I assume that means it went well.
The two little, like, flies on the wall.
Oh, we were absolutely watching that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is this where I have a conversation with myself up in the balcony, or we just let them talk? We'll just let them
No,
talk.
we're not there, so we don't get to experience.
Gosh. They're just talking up there.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
characters.
I
don't
had
get
a
to
whole
experience-
dialogue that was going back and forth in my head.
Oh, good.
We're not going to
Maybe
stop.
we'll use that as a sideshow. We'll record
After
it.
the stream, we're all leaving, and Jake's gonna stay behind.
Awesome. So she walks up, and you can see her and grandfather chatting up there as the party goes on. Is there any challenges, games, or things that are going to happen during this party, or is this just to show off your Auroch? And
I think definitely some stuff, but I think after the branding.
The branding comes first. Everything winds down later.
Or loosens up, perhaps.
So I guess once Lucius feels that everybody needed is present, he will go to get the brand.
I mean, that's easy to receive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you, like, go roll for it or something.
How do you pick it up?
You
Well, I think
fail.
Lucius will make, when Lucius goes to get it, Caspian will make sure everyone has their attention pointed on her, because especially wants to make sure grandfather can see, and he stops talking to Bethany, and she's watching, and announces the claiming of the Auroch by our Lord Lucius III. It's time.
So Lucius will pick up this aquamarine stone that has an Auroch kind of symbol on it. And he will be able to hold it up so everybody can see.
And the entire crowd quiets down.
It is time to show you all what is to come. And he's going to step down, and I'm trying to imagine like it magically burns hot, but he doesn't actually get burned by it.
Yeah.
So there's I imagine some like electricity kind of coming off of it, and the wind starts picking up around the courtyard and blowing things around and everything. And he's going to step up to Tetsu and bow to him, actually. And then he will walk over to his side and press it in to his haunch.
In the cage?
Yeah, I think so. He's not going to take it out.
Just what kind of challenge event do you want tonight?
But yeah, so he'll press it in and it will sear in that
it's gonna do
image.
more than that.
What?
It's gonna do more than that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So as you press it up against the Auroch, the lightning tendrils shoot out from the rune itself and across to the body, right to the center of the horns, right into like the cap, the skull cap. And then the wind picks up and there's a big gust. And it's like this single, very thin lightning strike just from the Auroch out up into the sky. And there's like, ooh, ah, all around as everybody panics a little bit. And the Auroch, as lightning flashes between horns, or electricity, I guess it would be at this point. Electricity flashes between horns and energizes through its body, and it turns in its cage and faces towards Lucius. And just snorts. But as it snorts, little like electricity like sparks across the cage ground.
Tetsu. And he will raise up his drink for everybody to cheers him.
Oh yeah.
Cheers!
And it's absolutely wild as that happens. I mean, they're nobles, so it's as wild as nobles get.
We brought in a lot of normies.
Oh,
too.
did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Very
yeah, the normies
specific.
are having a good old time.
Yes.
And it's instantly excitement. The trickles of electricity. Now everybody's starting to come in and they want to see it closer. They want to see it, what it looks like. And I'm gonna pull it up in a second here.
Oh, you're good. Because we'll also have Strike the Band have the Howlers pick right up with some music as soon as it is.
The Howlers. They kicked out my group, and now the Howlers are there.
Oh,
I love it. No, it's the chat came
Chat
in.
stole it. Okay.
Yeah, no, they came in. They kicked out my group, and the
Yeah.
Howlers have taken over now. And so your rune-branded Auroch stands before you, regal and strong. The energy in the horns and it just crackling with excitement. Now the smell has this burnt, musty smell.
Nice. Crispy.
Crispy.
Burnt musk. That's like a manly candle smell.
That is actually. This is a good name.
Is that going to be the Avenue Studios candle?
Yeah. Burnt musk.
I'm not sure about this one.
No, it almost
It
becomes
goes on
like
the shelf next to like grass clippings and smoked bacon.
Yes.
Isidru, as you're traveling through and you're listening to all of the excitement, all the focus is on the Auroch. And Lucius, are you just standing there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You overhear Valaria from House
Galadress?
Galadress. Yes. Oh, our phased tiger is going to eat this one alive. How wonderful. It is probably very hungry. and that's your rumor you hear as you go by. But most of it is exciting and having, it's just energy. You know, like who's seen a rune-branded Auroch, especially one that seems to be tame. Now, for sure, Lucius III has captured this Auroch's attention, as the Auroch stays very focused on Lucius III, as if putting the rest of the party that's happening around him out of its mind, and just not aggressively, just like really focused on Lucius III.
Mm-hmm. I think he would stand like right in front of its face, and he's not going to talk to many people, but I think it'll be a very impressive image for everybody at the party, him just standing there with the Auroch behind him.
Anything else you guys want to do?
I think Drew will get with Cass real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, I was overhearing from House 𝙈𝙪𝙙𝙚𝙦 that, well, I think from Valeria, I think that was her name, that they were pretty sure that their phase tiger was going to, something about eat, devour, or just destroy our Auroch. I was wondering what type of, what was your impressions of them?
Phase tigers or Valerian?
Valeria and the others.
What are my impressions?
Elves.
Oh, well, that phase tiger certainly suits them. Isn't that what they have in their heraldry?
Oh,
At
yes.
least it was a tiger, phase tiger. We'll have to do some research on that.
You could always roll a history check or a nature check. Or,
Sure.
something that makes sense like that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Those things I totally have as I read books and all that.
All that time
am
in
I
the
doing?
library.
That was a 12 for Isidru.
Mhm.
Coming up.
I believe it is a type of tiger.
It's a 10 for Caspian. Yes,
Yep, that
tiger.
sounds right.
Maybe it even phases.
One would think. I don't know.
Perhaps it syncs with the moon.
As any good sailor would know.
Yeah, it's true, yes. No, yes. We're going to have to look this up.
You're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's alright, I can't think of any songs or stories I've heard off the top of my head. We have to look at the imagery, though, too. We have to make sure we stand out against them. I'm not terribly worried about it.
Perhaps we'll learn more from House 𝙈𝙪𝙙𝙚 than from the books.
That's fair enough.
I mean, for even our own Auroch is quite different than the rest.
That's true.
If-
I'm up for a dance. I do have to make sure I dance with Beth. But I could hit up Valeria as well.
Very well.
Right?
Do you have time for all that?
I'm not worried about time, it's image. No, I think it would be rather good to dance with House 𝙈𝙪𝙙𝙚. I'll check with Lucius, of course.
Oh, okay. Very well.
We could stir things up a little bit,
I think so. We do need to cause a little bit of scandal, don't we, for our plans?
Oh, indeed. And I know Beth is already a little jealous we've got Morgana. Well, I say we, but you know what I mean. So a little extra jealousy. Dancing with Valeria would be interesting. She can't let an elf outdo her. Dancing competition it is, then.
So would it be with Valeria first or Bethany first?
She's still talking to Grandfather, so let's get her rather miffed. And then we'll bring her down.
Very well. We can make sure that your dance is quite spectacle.
Good. Father's not here, right?
I don't know if he's back from his trip or not.
Okay. That's fine.
I
Let's only miff one person at a time.
Once father gets back, he's going to be quite interested in our deeds.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission. That's one thing Grandfather taught me well. I shall approach Lady Valeria. I will announce that dancing begins. We will be having some sparring matches for those who are interested at the end as well. Just basic grappling.
So the entire center of the courtyard is cleared away. What's left in the center is Lucius III and the Auroch, and the dance is going to go around them, essentially.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I like that. Mm-hmm.
So it's like still calmness, power,
Yep.
and then the chaos. That's,
Probably get a seat there or something.
well,
Can't
that's, I mean,
stand all night.
I thought you could.
You could be the eye of the storm.
Very well.
You do know that some... Never mind. I mean, there is the whole Lucius tipping thing. They're pretty sure you sleep standing up. A little siblings.
How do you know I don't?
I was rather on their side, actually, so I don't know.
I've never seen you sleeping, facing down. We have to keep up appearances, don't we?
Yes, yes. Dancing. You think it's okay?
Oh, there's nothing better. Loosen things up.
Isidru, are you okay with him dancing? With House 𝐲𝐪𝙪𝙙𝙠.
I think it would be fine. I think Father might be a little iffy about such things, but as long as we don't go overboard, I don't think it'll be too much of an
No,
issue.
just enough to be scandalous.
Right, of course. Because we do need to keep up appearances, and if things look a little terse with House 𝐲𝐲�10, then less on other matters.
If it looks like we're approaching different people, maybe forming different connections, or maybe even, let's not get crazy, but easing the tension between our houses, between us and 𝐲𝐲�10. At least a hint at that. We don't actually have to do anything. It's just the thought we want to plant.
It's all about the image.
Okay. If you're okay with it, Isidru.
I think so. I trust Cass. He knows what he's doing.
Perhaps you could get a little practice in before the ball. One thing at a time, though.
Perhaps maybe he could be... Wait, I was going to say the main dance event, but that might be...
No, that we save for the ball.
Yes.
Yes, you will have to be the main dance. Breathe. Stick with your little friend. I mean, glorious, massive beast. I look right at the Auroch. Massive,
as you said,
sparking
little, he
beast.
definitely snorted.
It's a term of endearment. You will have to be the main event at the ball. So,
We will prepare
watch
you.
and learn, and then we'll practice later. But if you want to get some practice in now, I won't say anything. We'll make sure you look good. But the main event must be Valeria versus Bethany.
I'm quite comfortable.
It will get much more uncomfortable. Hang in there.
We are made to make sacrifices along the way, and just a little discomfort isn't the worst thing in the world.
I can't dance.
But we quite know.
We will work on it. Watch and learn. Lady Valeria.
You speak in Elvish?
I don't know. I don't remember. How many do I have?
Oh, you do. You have common Elvish.
Yes.
Nice.
So do you speak in Elvish?
Oh, absolutely. I wish I could actually, but
She turns slowly to you. And in Elvish responds.
how many women are we going to make Jacob voice?
My throat is just not doing it tonight.
No, you're great, man.
You a lord? No.
No.
I think the lords are specifically
Yeah.
the patriarchs or
Yeah,
the
that's
matriarchs.
what I'll make sure.
Yeah.
Caspian.
I'm so glad to see representatives of House 𝐲𝐲�10 here this evening. I've heard you've got quite a magnificent creature of your own coming in.
Yes, but I wouldn't mind spying on yours some more. Thank you for this.
Oh, good. Oz doesn't purr as much, but he does spark.
Interesting. Have you seen Oz?
No,
Oh,
no, only whispers. I would love to sometime if you would. But, truthfully, if I may, I was wondering if you would join me for a dance.
Oh, you're not asking Lady Bethany.
She's busy with grandfather. He'll keep her busy for quite some time, and
I
it would
haven't
be
seen her.
wonderful to make her jealous.
I haven't seen her smile like that in quite some time. Then she was flustered. Did you see that?
I did.
Ah.
I do my best. I do have some help. He kind of looks over at wherever Morgana is at the moment.
Help
It does-
in many ways, I hear.
Only the best.
Yes.
We make good
Are
relationships.
you going to be stealing our people too?
Oh, we would never steal anything.
Hmm.
It is only offered in generosity.
Well, I guess it's time for you to steal my heart on the dance floor.
It would be my honor and privilege, milady.
I think we have similar goals here.
Do we?
Let's dance.
Let's.
Oh, that was fun. And so you're going to give me a performance roll, my good sir.
Yes.
I didn't have a good song picked out for this.
No,
one.
you're fine. I'm wondering because I have well, let's just do it. Let's see what happens.
Let's dance. That's a nat one for our viewers. Are you going to keep it? Or
I have one inspiration point, but I don't remember how it works in 5th edition.
I'm at this point where if you would like to use it, you can, but you can also keep your nat one. Well, nothing drives the story.
I'm honestly unsure.
Inspiration you usually add
Before.
to.
Right? Or
Well,
It's
it
like,
doesn't necessarily mean your nat one goes away though.
right.
oh, I thought
No.
it was like giving you advantage to the roll, so in theory you could.
No, you add like a D8 to your roll.
Not
Really?
not bardic inspiration. He's talking about
Oh,
something
I've
else?
got
Like,
the
inspiration.
the D&D like legend
Oh,
point.
yeah, that's yeah.
I think I have to
Okay.
do that before the roll. No, let's let it stand, and he's gonna. How do I?
you're going to embarrass House Galadras. It would be a wonderful feud.
It would be a wonderful feud. Ah, man, I don't know if I can spin it. I don't know. I'll let you figure it out. I'm wondering if it's Bethany's interpretation that makes things worse.
That's where I was headed.
Yeah,
mentally.
not necessarily that the dance is bad.
Oh yeah.
but
No, you're.
it does more than we wanted.
Yes.
And maybe there's how old is Valeria?
An elf.
That's a fair answer.
That is a yeah. Okay. Well, it might have been less acting on how intimate it felt.
Well, yes, I was about to get intimate with you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm actually getting a little warm over here thinking about it. No. So you begin to spin around the dance floor, generating your own sparks, of course, as the dance goes back and forth, and it goes very well. And it becomes passionate from the elf. They're really getting into the dance. And so Caspian, you respond with passion also, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it gets a little bit on the risque side as you dance around. And some of the elf's clothing just slips just a little bit like it does in the movies. And
Yes, the one shoulder reveal.
yes, just one shoulder, just a little bit.
Probably it's Isidru's great aunt or something.
Yeah.
If you think
Yeah.
about it.
As you are spinning around the dance floor, the rest of the party seems to stop because you guys have such an electric vibe
Classic.
going, you
Yes.
know? And right at the end of the dance, it's a particular routine that you both know it well, apparently. She actually leans in to kiss you.
Oh,
What does Caspian do?
oh man. I think with the nat 1, he's just in the moment.
Yeah. Is this like on the cheek then, kind of thing?
Is that what she's doing?
No.
Okay, no, he's not gonna fight
Oh,
anything.
okay. All right. So,
It's the anime with like the little sparks, right?
yes.
You know?
Always. See little hearts going off and sparks,
Sparks
and
from
fireworks.
Yeah, sorry guys.
But the dance was, dancing's, romancing. So
Yeah,
it's
oh, that's
definitely like,
very intimate.
yeah.
How am I going to explain this to father?
And that's going to be the moment, like, Caspian's just in it, and then it's after when everything settles, and then, like, if it was in a movie, like, all of a sudden you see everybody again. He's like, crap.
Yeah. It's literally like, it was, I mean, you're a human.
Yes.
This is an elf.
Yeah.
They have their own like attraction there happening. But she started like really getting into the dance.
Yeah.
And she would just bow politely at the end of the dance and turn around and walk off.
It's the first time Caspian's lost for words.
I love the imagery that she's like conqueringly walking away.
Yes.
And then you have Lucius sitting in the center.
A little dumbfounded.
Yeah. And the
And
Auroch
he looks
has
over
finally-
to Bethany, probably.
The
coming
Aurochs
down.
also turned towards the dance. That's the must that's gone off.
The
Too much
Auroch is
musk.
just behind Lucius, just goes.
Oh my gosh.
But Lucius would definitely look and see Bethany.
I mean, all you see is like the shadowy figures.
She's up there still? She didn't come down?
Not
Okay.
yet. She's about to. Yeah. You can have as you look up, you see a servant bring her another glass of wine.
Caspian pulls his flask out.
And chokes on it. That was
Quite a show.
a dance.
The party's still
I hope you
frozen.
took notes, Lucius.
The party's still frozen around you. Like they're all like,
Well, when's the fight going to start?
Yes,
Motion in the air.
We'll get to you fighting in a second. So there's a brawl that starts a little bit on the, we'll just say behind Auroch and the Lucius over here.
Yeah. I love that.
And as you're kind of glancing around, you see that Lady Bethany is no longer up there. And she comes down to the stairs. After a couple minutes, of course, not like right away.
Mm-hmm.
And she's heading towards the door to leave
Boy.
the courtyard.
Are you going to intercept her?
I think I might have messed up a little bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Whew, we're gonna have to talk about that later. Sorry. Lucius, you might be up sooner than I thought. So he smacks your butt. Go.
What does that mean?
Yes. You know. I will support you the best I can. Was your white solicitor?
I don't know. That's a good idea, brother.
Just conversation.
Right now, we really don't need House Kaseri looking different.
No, they don't have to dance, but I think he should be at least the last one to speak to her.
Oh,
I mean, it's in the air. Or
I
something.
think
that musk, it's really good.
I
The
think
burnt musk.
for her own sake, I think we should just let her leave.
Earl. Trust you, Lucius. I'm sorry. We can talk later. I think I need a moment.
My nephews and elves and sister. It's a thing.
Nobody's stopping Lady Bethany?
I don't think so.
Our Lord
Lucius is
commanded.
not.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's doing so.
Isidru, what you spot as she's about to exit the door, she turns and she looks just long enough and she sees Caspian walking away. Yes?
Yeah.
And then looks at Morgana. And then roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, I'm so excited. We have not been rolling well. Let's get over a
Sorry,
15.
guys. Come on.
15 is good.
15 solid.
Yay! Solid.
You notice a tiny little smirk as she turns and walks off.
Does that smile for Mor or for Cass?
What else is going on? There's some brawling.
So Morgana is not going to be fighting.
Ooh.
She will have sort of wandered over there, but not really. After kind of wandering up and watching a little bit, she's going to kind of actually hang back and then probably wander away after a little bit. And I think go look for Cass.
All right.
Where's he at?
I think he's off. Maybe I'm imagining like around the courtyard.
Okay.
Maybe we make it the alley kind of where you guys. were
Yeah,
messing around.
okay,
It's that
okay.
quiet place.
And she'll kind of come up alongside him and she'll be like, your family really does have a problem, don't they?
Well,
I'm sorry, that was probably uncalled for.
no, not at all. I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened.
Well,
Don't get
it's
me wrong.
pretty clear what happened.
I'm only upset because I didn't do what Lucius needed.
Well,
In any other circumstance, that would have been amazing.
it was pretty hilarious. I'm sure they're going to be talking about that for a long time.
Oh, that's
which
what I
is
do.
sort of the problem.
We've got to think of a way to spin it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Sorry, Mor. I don't mean to overly burden you with our problems. Thanks for being here.
Oh, well. Not sure if I've added anything here. Not even sure what I'm doing here at this point. I think I've almost left about 15 times already.
I'm glad it's almost.
Well, there's always a 16th time to think about it. Is this it then? For your family? Is this what you're going to do?
What you mean?
Well, you've got your creature, and you've got your parties, and you've... just going to play that game, I suppose? I don't know why I'm asking. Of course you're going to play the game.
Well, I don't know now. We'll have to see. As long as 𝙗𝙗 can forgive me, I think we can spin it. But, I mean, yes, in a sense, but so much more. I know Lucius doesn't speak. But there's a lot going on in there that just never makes it to his tongue. And he's got plans. There's something there. He hasn't let me in on all of it.
He's let you in on some of it, I suppose. You practically speak for him.
Well, I try.
So... why does he want me at the ball? Just there to make my family angry.
No, that's not Lucius. I mean, I might say that,
Just
but I've done a
distraction. What's he expecting?
I think it would be good for him to tell you, but for what it's worth, how do I say? You're kind of like an anchor for him. I think he will feel more confident there, if you're there. He's willing to try if he knows you're with him on it. I know watching you when you were younger, and I was always trying to tag along. There's something. You've got the adventurous spirit, and he's the steadfast rock. And we need both of those.
It was a long time ago, kitten.
Oh, believe me, I know. But steadfast rocks don't change. That's why you can rely on them. But sometimes he just needs a push. And I think he knows that. And Drew and I can prod and push him as much as we want, but he's only going to do what he wants. I think you're the only one that could help him take things to the next level. He wants more for everyone, you included.
No, I don't really fit in with all that, though. Sure, I could help. But then what?
Well,
I don't want to go where he's going. You know, I'm not in there fighting right now.
I'm a little surprised by that, though.
Because when I fight, I want to fight because I want to. Not to entertain a bunch of idiots.
I don't quite get that, as I love entertaining. I mean, I'm an idiot that entertains idiots, so not that I think I'm any better.
Well, then maybe you have been born to the perfect place in life.
Maybe.
But
I can't convince you of anything. I don't think that I'm trying. I only want to speak for Lucius, and that there's more than just entertaining idiots. He wants to do something amazing. And he's on an adventure. And I know he wants only to invite you into it. It's not just going to be entertaining idiots. Leave that to Drew and I. He's going to do something amazing. And it won't be the same without you, to be honest. I mean, that at least you have to know.
for better or worse, I can promise that's true. But I've never doubted Lush. He's going to do whatever he sets his mind to. I just don't know if we've set our mind to the same thing.
That's fair. I hope we get to a moment for you two to connect on that. But in the meantime, at least if you don't mind having fun with us, as you can see, fun just follows me around.
Well, it is making my sisters very annoyed, so there's that. I believe they compared me staying with you to sleeping with pigs.
Well, our pigs are very clean.
I suppose with the Auroch in the front yard, I can see the comparison.
Yes, it's fair enough.
But
We will always be a house of mercenaries. I don't see that ever changing, nor do I want it to change.
well, I'll tell you what. How about we not make that your last dance of the night?
My Lady Morgana, you are more than gracious.
And she'll take Cass back in and do just a very normal, classic, almost proper dance.
Who's leading?
Well, if it's proper, Caspian will lead.
That's what I want to double check.
Mhm. No, just classic. Hopefully it gets some other people going too. It's something very formal that everyone knows, and it's maybe even starts the group dance.
Just to kind of like reset that and restart that in a
That's
little bit more of
awesome.
a bring it down kind of tone.
Okay. So as Morgana enters the scene, being led by Caspian in a dance.
I think we'll walk in
probably
together.
walk on
I'll-
together
I mean,
and
she'll
then-
have my arm, but
Yeah.
yeah.
The brawling still happening?
Oh yeah,
Cool. So you guys are just dancing around the brawling.
we're still a mercenary house.
And as
We
the
can do
dancing happens and the brawling happens, suddenly Tetsu steps through his cage, just and stands there next to Lucius. Cages and crumbles. Everybody gasps. There's one smack on the ground as one guy smashes the other guy in the brawl, and they're all just staring at Lucius III.
I think he doesn't even move. He's just a statue. At first, because he's legitimately freaked out by what happened, but he's not going to let anybody know. And he just stands there like, very still and waits to be gouged. And then I think realizes it's not going to happen.
Tetsu stands next to you, just as firm and strong as Lucius III stands in the center of his courtyard. It's quiet suddenly, and you hear Father's voice. First he claps, and then he speaks up, and he's, "My son, look at that beast. He is yours. Well done." And he kind of falls back into his bed.
I think his shoulders would relax a little bit, and then he would bow to where his father is.
Cass raises the glass. To the smell of victory!
To the smell of victory!
There's a slight hesitancy with the nobles, because there is now a rune-branded Auroch standing in the middle, uncaged. They're like, but your house is like, yeah! And so they don't come back near the Auroch.
That's so strange. Why would they do that?
They kind of keep their distance. But obviously your dance was interrupted. It quite didn't finish. But is there anything else that you guys want to do? Or is this a party slowly disassembles and the Auroch just stands by your side, as firm and strong as you are?
Yeah, I think so. When he saw Mor and Cass dancing, there would have been a slight smile. Only you guys would have noticed.
Nice. Do we want to do the talking to now, or you say that for next time?
Next time. Next time.
Oh, man.
Well, is it Drew? Did you have something?
Yeah, I think something really short. So I think he's going to go over to Lucius and Tetsu, and he's going to look at Tetsu and kind of scan him up and down. And he says, "So, seeing as how the cage wasn't a suitable home, what are you going to do about giving him a home?"
That is true. I don't think he'll follow me to my room.
I don't think he'll quite fit.
What do you think, Isidore?
Well, I imagine the stables aren't quite the noble spot for him. Perhaps we can put him on the ship. It would be a position. I don't know. The ship might be a bad location.
What about the Auroch? Definitely is snorting hot electrical breath at you.
I don't think he likes that.
He paws on the ground where he stands.
Perhaps just allow him to be in the courtyard, showing that he's beyond a savage beast, one that is noble and true.
Yes. He is part of the family now.
Perhaps we could get the servants to make him a shelter of some sorts. But in the meantime, I think he's would quite like the courtyard as long as we bring him food.
I like that. Grandfather can see him whenever he wants.
He is quite the sight.
Yes.
Very well. I feel like we have 2 new family members today. So let us finish out the party and get grandfather another rum. I'm pretty sure he would love it.
That sounds great.
as the courtyard goes to quiet. In the distance, you hear great whinnies and horse hooves rattling through the city of Waterdeep as Lord JP is running amok. Yeah.
Oh my word.
But it does die off and slowly go away from. And
That's perfect.
That is it tonight. As you guys have had your first dance.
Woo!
Sorry, guys.
That changes my writing, that's for sure.
Changes a little bit of our plans.
Nat ones get messy.
Nat ones get
so
messy.
I don't know. It just made sense to me.
Oh my gosh.
Well done, all of you.
Yes.
Thank you for these wonderful scenes. Thank you to all these awesome people in chat.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
and
you,
for
chat,
joining
so
us on
much for
Rumble.
joining. Yeah, I know. Thanks for coming over. And of course, JP. I love you, brother. Thank you. First, I don't know what
Rumble.
Rumble calls it. Rumble? Is
You
it
call
a
it a
Rumble?
Rumble?
We'll call it a Rumble.
We'll call it
Our first official Rumble. Well, technically, Jake got a Rumble on a video game live stream, but this is our first TTRPG Rumble. We might have to talk too about if there's any other extra benefits we
I
throw
have
in
some
there.
ideas.
Jacob has ideas,
I
so
just don't know how to.
not
share it.
only are you guys shaping parts of the story and stuff, but
There may be
we
other
really
things.
appreciate it.
So. Great Mustache would like to know: was that Caspian's first elven kiss?
oh yeah, 100% Elvin.
It would be a little taboo in our family.
A little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely talks going around.
Yikes.
All the nobles of
Yikes.
Waterdeep.
If you haven't seen our session 0, you can listen to us rattle off all the dirty secrets and a lot of names. All right.
Awesome.
That was fun. Thank you guys. Thank you, chat. This has been another fantastical episode of AfterQuest, an Avenue Studios production. Do give us a like, subscribe. Hit the notifications. I'm not sure what it is on Rumble, but if you're watching on YouTube, hit the notification bell to follow the adventure. Don't forget to check the links below for the sound, music, and ambience that we use. And of course, you can become a part of the ever-growing forest known as Avenue Studios and House 𝙈𝙗𝙗 by joining the ever-growing forest known as Avenue Studios, joining our locals or Patreon community. Of course, on Rumble, you can just click the join right under the video to do that. And doing so not only gets you access to a private Discord, but you also get a ton of bonus content, as well as joining us for our live streams. This Thursday, we are in Apoctober. So, of course, hop over to the Interplanar Crossroads to check out the Around the Hearths, where we talk about apocalyptic concepts. And we'll be doing a Force Forge tomorrow night to build the one-shot that we will play at the end of the month on Thursday. Our patrons can enter into a raffle for that. So if you join the forest, join the house, and of course spread the word so we can build House of Chat, because whoever is in chat live with us, that's how big House 𝙈𝙗𝙗 is. So let's grow it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining the adventure. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good night, y'all.